Hello! This is a tutorial of the step-by-step on how to construct a portrait. It will last 13 minutes real time with a live model that posed in our Monday afternoon portrait class. We will start by looking for the general big shape of the head. It is important that just this big shape allows us to start describing the person's character. In order to achieve this, we will focus on the general egg of the head, using our understanding of three-dimensional structure as well as the abstract forms and spaces. It is more important to take into account the general internal space than the contour specifics. We will also start looking for the light shape of the face, using geometric forms and simplifying the information as much as possible without losing proportions. Simplifying is a process that helps us see in a more simple manner. Nevertheless, learning how to simplify efficiently can take months or even years of practice. We will place the cheekbone in relation to the nose. When putting this note, we will consider the division that the cheekbone generates in the light shape, the upper space and the lower space. In this case, the model has a moustache. Therefore, we will consider the abstract geometrical shape that it generates. We will look for the line of the nose. And at all time, we will keep checking the big shape and all the spaces that were generated up to date. We will add information on the moustache and the mouth. And for now, these are abstract notes and we are not trying to define any form in a descriptive way. The combination of these notes will compose our portrait. A beginner will have to practice a lot with abstract spaces and line quality exercises. But with a well-directed practice, one will improve its capacity to see everything in a more gradual manner. Like who goes to the gym. We will add a note of the nose and we will look for the forgotten space. The general tendency is to make the nose too long, and the forgotten space will help us to control the length of the nose. We will put a white note for the change of the plane of the nose. The white note will help us to see better the light and to relate points together. The points that we will note in white will always be structural points where considerable change in form is generated. In this case, parting from the forgotten space, we will start building the eye shape, taking into account the abstract shape and the eye socket. We will start placing the nose. The nose is composed with three segments: the part related to the bone, the cartilage, and the ball of the nose. In this case, we will leave the ball for later. We will decompose the forehead and we will start by the segment that will describe the eye socket. Then, we will define the frontal plane and the superior plane of the forehead. We will also keep checking the shape of the eye, trying to connect it better with the nose. Now, we start thinking a bit more in questions of form while revising all our new decisions in an abstract way. To define the inside information of the eye shape, we will start by the forgotten space number 2. All the information of the eye will be related to the change of plane of the nose that we will consider as our point of reference of the eyes. We will also put the line of the eye related to the point of the nose. We will then revise it with the eyebrow. We will squint in order to see the information of the eye in a unified and simplified manner. We can use a bristle brush in order to soften the lines, lower the contrast and unify value. We want to put a soft value in our shapes without losing the structure. This will help us see better the separation between light and shadow, as well as to obtain a better visual impression. We will keep checking the previous information. We put a note of the moustache and the lower lip, as well as a note of the lateral of the ball of the nose, and a note of the nostril. We will fill the shadow shape of the nose and the moustache with a unified general value. We keep checking the previous information. Lower note of the eye socket that corresponds to the cheekbone and is related to the highlight on top of the eyebrow. We shall mark the change of plane of the forehead, as well as the separation between frontal and superior planes of the forehead. We had already done this division of planes in the contour of the face, but now we do it in the interior midtones. This will help us to revise the form of the general shape of the forehead, as well as to check if it is too large or too small. We continue checking all our decisions. The general tendency is to make the distance between the eye and the ear too big. This is why we will put extra care in revising the space. We will look for the geometrical form that is generated between the eyebrow and the shape of the hair. We will continue to revise the big shape. In fact, we will do this continuously. We will start to connect better the subforms of the chin, revising as well all the abstract spaces. We will continue to adjust proportions. We want to have different hierarchies for our lines. Right now, we are working on the contour of a soft shadow in relationship to the bone of the nose. We will try to keep those differences. We will place the neck and the shoulders thinking of the general mannequin and taking into consideration the center line of the body. In general, the center line of the body goes with the center line of the face. Although, it doesn't have to be this way, since the head has its own articulation. Let's continue with the abstract shapes. In this case, we will also bear in mind the sternocleidomastoid. We will also add some notes of the hair looking for geometrical forms. Revising the big shape again, we'll take into consideration that our reference to make decisions is the information inside the face, as well as the light shape. We will place the ears in relation to the eyes and the nose. If the ear is lower, the person is looking up, and if the ear is higher than the eyes, then this means that the person is looking down. We will add some information of the hair that will indicate the most important changes in planes of the general form. This line is dividing two main masses of hair. Finally, we will try to find an interesting contour that will help the design to be slightly more sophisticated without losing the general character. We hope you have enjoyed the tutorial and see you in the next video.